What's up, guys? It's John here In Plain Sight, and like I said in my last video, I didn't want to do multiple games just yet. However, I did notice an article that really made me change my mind. This would have been my outright first pick had I known essentially what this narrative was going to be. And if you can't tell by the title, it's the over-under on this Bills-Dolphins game. And I think, they want to start getting recognized as a superstar. Just like the NBA, you'll notice every year they kind of expand what a superstar is. So after last week's performance, I believe with the safeties being injured for the Bills, it's going to be a reason for Tyreek Hill, Waddle, the same players from last week, to get a lot of, and other players, to get a lot of open reads down the field. None of these teams are really run heavy, so I would presume it's going to be more passing plays, and it just makes sense to me that we're going to see more of a shootout between Josh Allen and Tua. And as you can see, they're already showing you players to watch the corners, and it looks like a small thing. Most people wouldn't pay attention to this. They really wouldn't. They wouldn't pay it no mind. But again, this whole thing, is a show. So when you have guys like Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer, both your safeties out, it completely changes the game. And that's when you'll see these backup players make just some blatant misses in coverage. And it'll be explained away as their backups. But it's not that. It's the fact that it's all a show. So the show and the different outcomes of the last games. But like I said, the over-under is set at, I believe, 52. Again, 52 and a half. Let's see. 54. They've moved it up even more. And I really think that's to entice people to take what seems like a pretty obvious under. Because I think most people would just assume, sure, the Bills are going to put up 28 or so points. But the Dolphins will probably put up 20. They're not going to crack the 50. And I think that's the trap. So what we're going to do is, we're going to have two separate ones going now. We're going to have the Bills over-under, as well as the Jets, where we have the Bengals covering. So if neither win, we double up on both. If one wins, we're good. And then if both win, we just start two new ones. And again, it's the same bet. It's $27.50 to win 25 on the over. Here, it makes a little more sense to maybe buy a point. So you look at what the total scores can be. 27-24 is 51. If it winds up being, it's hard for it could be 30-24. But again, we're really looking at it. Buying the points, in my opinion, isn't advantageous here. I think if it's over, it's going to be over by quite a bit. And I think, again, it being set there, normally this game would be set around 48. So when you see it set at like 53.5 and you have these convenient injuries, I think it's very safe to go with the over in this game. So we got over 53.5. If you want to buy a point or two, you can. You're just going to be paying a little more to win 25. I could certainly see it being close to the 53, but I think it's going to go over. So now we have two active wagers going, just to show you how it works, really. The first one we have is for the Bengals to cover the 6-point spread against the Jets. And then the second one is the Bills over 53.5. Two separate wagers. And again, whichever one, say they both win, that's great. If neither win, we double up on both. And then if one wins, then we just move on to the second leg of the one that didn't. But I wanted to put that out there because, like I said yesterday with the college games, it wasn't until very shortly before the games that I was getting some of the picks out. And like I said earlier, for the 4 o'clock game, I'm just going to go ahead and cover that now as well. I already said I like the Rams game. I like the Cardinals with the 4.5 points that they're getting. And then the other game I like, because I've seen it requested a few times, I like the Packers here. It wasn't just 1 point, now it's 1.5. Doesn't make a giant difference, but I think the Packers win. It would make Aaron Rodgers even against Tom Brady. And I'll do a deeper dive into that video along with, like I said, the Cardinals. But yeah, it would tie them up at 2-2. And I feel like it's more important for the Packers to win right now than the Bucs. So I'm going to go into, depending on what we need and how the first games go. But either way, for the 4 o'clock games, I'll be going into the Bucs as well as the Rams game. So take care. I just wanted to get this video out. That way people have several hours to do whatever they need to do. But yeah, I do believe the over on the Bills game is a lock with Tua and Allen. And again, you have Tua going up against a weak defense, which I'm sure will be explained away. And we'll see a lot of ridiculous deep plays in that game. Deep runs, deep passes. So everyone take care and let's have a good day.